Hey guys, Nick Drossos. I'm here with Vageli Spiral Fitness. Vageli also works as a bouncer. I worked for many years as a doorman. And I made a video called Defense Against a Sucker Punch. And it was even shared on BJ Penn's site. It went viral, has to close to almost 2 million views. And some people loved it and some people bashed it. And 90% of the people liked it. And basically the idea was I'm teaching how to defend against a sucker punch. And people are saying, well, the sucker punch, you don't see it. It comes from this angle. It comes from another person. And the truth is, you know, a sucker punch, the intention, the definition of a sucker punch could be more than one thing. It means that if I'm faced with my opponent, come over here, Vageli. If I'm faced with my opponent, if I'm not doing this and I'm doing this and I'm talking to him and I'm angling off and I'm doing this shit, you believe, boom, and the sucker punch comes in, that's a sucker punch. That means I did not make my intentions that I'm gonna throw and I'm about to strike something. So what are the 3 cues and most common signs I've seen of somebody who's gonna throw a sucker punch? The first thing they do is if I'm talking to him, so Stan, let's say you're at the club and you're working, so I'm here, I'm doing this shit. Number one thing you'll see, they step back. So they do this. They'll walk into your face, right? And they'll take a step back. And they'll get into the distance. Depending on what leg, depending on what leg they step back, you pretty much know. So if I'm talking to you and I'm doing this, I'm getting ready, boom, for here. I'm creating my distance and I'm taking my range. The second thing I've seen a lot of times, I've actually seen this in a real fight where the guy does this. He looks around, he's talking to his friends, actually looking. Who's around? Is there cops? Is there anybody? Is he alone? Who am I with? How's everybody? I'm getting ready to set up my first strike. By looking around, most of the guys, you know what they do? They look around too. So if I do this, you believe this fucking guy? They'll look there, boom! Sucker punch. 2. The third one, the clenching of the fist, man. You'll see this, clenching of the fist, or what I've seen is this stuff. Me, as soon as I see the guy, so start pacing. So as soon as he's doing this, boom, I'm striking. When they're pacing, it's because they're preparing their attack and they're building up their adrenaline. They haven't ready yet past the point of committing to hitting you. Your goal is bring up your hands. If I'm talking to you here, just not even a fighting stance, like you're here, like you're talking to me. So it could even be like this, boom. At all not threatening, but if I do anything, your hands are up here. If I do this, you block there. At any point you decide to strike, right from there, you could just crack right in the throat. Just from here, boom, right in the, just that. It's okay, just that, I felt it. You know, it was enough that if he went boom and he struck me full on and he came in with elbows and he's a great Thai boxer and he clinches and he throws those knees, lights out. And the point is, once you come in like a fucking tornado, you don't allow the person. I would never give Vageli the time or the distance to be able to break distance and get into his Thai boxing fight, his kicks, his punches are out of control, solid. And the last thing you want to do is end up sparring with a guy who fights. So once you come in, you finish the fight. So that first strike is the most important one. And the number one thing is to be aware that as I'm talking to you, but I'm looking, is he angling off? Is his friend coming around? At any point, he angles off, he's pacing, he's looking around. I'll hit him when he's looking around. Again, the number one most important thing in all this is awareness. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Next, Vageli is going to teach us how to clinch and how to throw some solid knees. So guys, thanks for watching. Spiral Fitness, go visit my website, nickdrossos.com. Stay safe and stand strong.